Greetings of the day, students. Myself, Dr. Vandana Dubey, Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SIRT Bhopal. Today, I am going to explain computer registers, which is an important topic in computer organization and architecture subject with code CS404. Registers are very small and very fast storage locations inside the CPU. They temporarily store data, instructions, and addresses while the computer is working. Without registers, the CPU cannot perform operations efficiently. They help the processors to execute instructions quickly. So in this lecture, we will understand what registers are, what micro operations are, types of registers in a basic computer, how registers work with memory. So what are registers? See, digital modules are best defined by the registers they contain and the operations performed on them. A register is a group of flip-flops used to store binary information. The operations performed on registers are called micro operations. A micro operation is a small and basic operation performed on data stored in registers. So examples includes load, clear, shift, and count, etc. These operations either modify the data or transfer it to another register. So the internal hardware organization of a digital computer depends on three main things: the set of registers and their functions, the sequence of micro operations performed, the control unit that manages these operations. This means registers store the data, micro operations process the data, and the control unit controls everything. Together, they form the working system of the CPU. Here, you can see the block diagram of registers. In this diagram, you can see registers, data inputs, control signals, clock signals. There are various ways to represent registers through the block diagram. Either you can just mention the name, for example, diagram part A, R1, or you can mention the individual bits, or you can make the block diagram and mention the first and last, that is LSB and MSB bit. Or if your machine permits, that you can use your registers in two halves, lower halves that is shown here as PCL for the register PC from 0 to 7 bits, and PCH are higher bits from 8 to 15 bits. So see, the clock signal controls when the data is stored or transferred. Control signals decide what operation will be performed. Registers receive input data, perform the required operation, and give output. So all these structure makes data processing systematic and fast. And with this slide, you can see how you represent your registers through block diagram. Here, some list of registers for basic computer has been mentioned. So some common registers are shown here. AR stands for address register, which stores memory address. PC stands for program counter, which stores address of next instruction for execution. DR stands for data register, that stores data from memory. AC stands for accumulator, which performs arithmetic and logic operations. IR stands for instruction register, that stores current instruction. TR stands for temporary register, that stores temporary data. INPR is input register, which is used to receive input data from input devices. OutR stands for output register, which sends output data to output devices. So basically, here mentioned, each register has a specific role in instruction execution. Now, basic computer registers and the memory has been shown here. Registers work closely with memory. When a program runs, the program counter gives the address. The instruction is fetched from the memory. The instruction is stored in the instruction register. Data is transferred to data register. The accumulator performs the operation. This process is called the instruction cycle, which includes fetch, decode, and execute. And registers make this cycle fast and efficient. So importance of registers. Registers are important because they are fastest storage in the computer system. They reduce memory access time. They improve CPU performance. They help in quick arithmetic and logic operations. Without registers, the processor would be very slow. So to conclude, we can say registers are small but powerful storage units inside the CPU. They store data, instructions, and address temporarily. Micro operations are performed on registers. Different registers perform different functions. Registers play a major role in improving computer speed and efficiency. So, thank you, dear students. Happy learning.